Alright guys, well I'm back here doing some shed hunting. It's April, end of April here. It's turkey season. I'm done turkey hunting, so I'm going to do some shed hunting and some scouting. And I'm down in the bottom, as you can see. But just to show you how inconsistent the wind is down here. I'm calling for a west wind right now. And this is a spot that I would maybe try to hunt. So west wind be coming from this direction. But let me show you which way it's blowing right now, if I can. Wind should be blowing this way, but I can feel it hitting the side of my face right now. So it's blowing in a total opposite direction. You can see it's blowing this way, actually towards the camera, but when you bring up one of our apps, you know, it's showing your wind scope should be going that way, because that is directly west, but everything's kind of being sucked, almost being sucked up in this way, but blowing directly the opposite direction. So just to show you, it's tough hunting these bottoms because you're just not going to get a forecasted wind. But I'm going to write this down as a note, just basically to show which direction it may be blowing if I actually decide to hunt this. But just something I want to show you guys why it's so hard to hunt these bottoms down here. This could be a good spot, but it's just gonna be hard to hunt it, so with the wind. So yep, just want to show you, just doing a little wind scouting too, I guess. So just to confirm with you guys, earlier you saw me down at the bottom, and I said the wind was supposed to be coming out of the west forecasted. But when I was down at the bottom, it was actually blowing east. So I'm on top now, and let's see. You can see it's going this way, so the wind is blowing west. Now that I'm on top, you can see I'm getting a correct wind. The wind is blowing out of the west, and down there on the bottom it was blowing east. So just again to show you, I prefer to hunt the tops, even if they're good. Down bottom, I prefer to hunt the tops because you're going to get in a more accurate wind that's forecasted. So yep, just show you what you deal with hunting this hill country terrain, big timber. The bottoms, even if they look good, they can cost you a deer. But if you get up top, you're gonna get more consistency with the wind. So yep. I don't know how well you guys can see here, but still out doing some shed hunting, doing some scouting, and you're gonna see right over my shoulder here. Nice little bed right here. See, it's in some thick stuff, but he's overlooking a point here. Just one bed, probably like first or second tier from the top. But this deer is able to sit here, and he can actually hear and kind of oversee the parking here. But he's right on the edge, and I'm going to show you when I get around the bend here. There's going to be a lot of rubs. I have scouted this in the past. I did find a shed right over the hill here last year, but I'd like to find like a big one. But nice bed there. But there's no hair in it currently, so it hasn't been used. Some deer tracks going through it, but it hasn't been used recently. So not an all the time bed, but I can tell this is a buck bed. In some thick stuff. You can still kind of see down a ways. Can't see currently, and that's probably why he's not in it currently, or hasn't been using it currently, because everything's grown up a little bit. But in some thick stuff, and like I said, we'll hit like a ridge line here, a nice rub line here in a minute. You'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna say that's probably one of the big buck beds. Really hard to get to. I don't even know how you'd get close to here. So you'd probably end up hunting around this bend here, which I was looking at a stand location there. But yeah, so there's one probably a nice buck bed there. So keep going. I really I don't know how well you can tell, but I have a good sized track right there coming, and that bed's like right there. So come down this path, going right there. That's fairly fresh too. All right, let's keep going up this way and see what we can find. Here's another good sized bed right here. There is actually hair in this one. And this time of year, I mean, we're in April. You can see. This time of year, you should be finding a lot of hair in these beds if they're fairly active. Again, just looking over the ridge here, I did see 2 more beds right below this. A little smaller, had a lot of hair in them. So they were used more recent. This could be buck bed, I'm not sure. There's no other ones with it. And that other buck bed that I showed is just right down below. Tell you what though, I don't see the rubs like I was saying I was gonna see. I'm not seeing them this year, fresh rubs. And that could be why, like that, what I believe is a buck bed was not very active. I mean, maybe he got shot. And maybe he just isn't using it like I thought. But all right, we'll keep moving on, see what else we can find here. This is just a real nice trail coming down off this edge here. Right at the spine of this ridge, you can see it going right here, and it wraps around that way, you can see. I'll keep following it, but I gotta check this little ridge here for some more beds real quick. All right, so I'm gonna show you here. See it's like a cow path, deer trail here. And it kind of winds up through here, goes up to those beds. So right now it's April, but this looks like it's summertime. I mean, that's how much green this is. And this is just a little flat here. I'm gonna tell you right now, if I would step down a little bit and show you, most of the woods is bare, but this little spot just holds so much moisture. Just a little flat, so much moisture, so there's a lot of green growing constantly, but it's like a little, almost like a little oasis down here. And you can see these like cow paths are just coming up. Deer just travel this so often. You know, it's thick, got beds here. To me, this is the type of spot that during the rut or something, this is, I'll tell you right now, this is public land. Wind wise, I tell you what, if you could catch this on an east wind, it'd be dynamite. East wind be dynamite, but honestly, this is north here, so if you get a south wind coming this way, the beds here, I mean, if you get right here, dumps down off into a big ravine. If you get on the edge here, pick one of these trees here, get up high. That's a real nice tree right there. You can see all the lateral branches. If you get up in that, might be a little tight here, but you just, it's one of these spots you just get in it and you sit all day. You know, November 1st, Halloween, you know, first week of November, and just let it happen. Just see what happens. I love that kind of style hunting. I don't do it enough anymore. But there used to be a real big buck that used to run this. Don't know if he's alive still or not. But this is just one of those places where I would just get up in one of these trees and just see what happens, see what comes through. Give a couple sits at it and see what happens during the rut. But yeah. You can see there's fresh and old tracks just running up and down these trails. Got one right here as well. It's fresh and old tracks. It's going right around a little system. There's a rub right there. Kind of as I said, this little oasis flat here was just littered with rubs last year, and there's a pretty good one right there. And that looks like a last year's rub, starting to heal up. But as you see, you know how green and grassy it is. Come down here and it's open. I mean, it's open. It's, you know, pretty much not green at all. So just that little flat there just stays nice and moist. So yeah, you know, like I said, got beds all around. So it'll be a good spot to just hang out here and see what happens during the rut. Let's keep going. All right, probably gonna be hard to see the shadows. Nice scrape right here. Nice scrape. We got an old rub. Looks like it was broken in half. Deer rubbed it eventually, broken in half. Looks kind of old. But again, right here's that green oasis area that I was saying. Right on this flat. This kind of comes out, like I said, it's more bare. But you got, you know, some rubs in there. Nice scrape. That was this year's scrape. Some more rubs. Got more open here. So not a bad spot. Yeah, right there's a scrape. There's actually some fresh tracks in it. Overhanging branch. There's that broken rub. Let's keep following this, see what else we can find. Yeah, as you can see, the scrape and rub is right behind me, right here. Nice little trail, nice little funnel trail right here. What you love is, you know, you got the little ravine, you got the ravine right here, and it kind of comes up to where they can actually cross. So you can see this trail kind of goes up and goes around. So, you know, this is a nice little pinch point trail right here you could set up on, still just right below the bedding and that little oasis flat there. So another spot you could just post up here. You don't actually have to get into the thick of things over here. You know, you could just catch them coming out of this trail. Be a good spot for a camera right here. You're gonna pretty much get a picture of everything that's funneling through here. And this all just drops down right over. So you could really hunt on the outside here. And really, you know, if you get a east wind, it'd be perfect to really hunt it, which is rare somewhat, but this past year it wasn't as rare as what it usually is. So yeah, just a couple little setups here. Okay, well, I don't know if you can see, but there's a ton of turkey scratching. And scratching because there's a lot of oaks in this big flat. That path that we just walked, that little pinch point path is right there. A lot of big oaks, big wide open tier here. And I'm looking for sheds, and we found one. Not in the shape that I was hoping. Been here a long time with all these acorns laying around. Squirrels got it chewed up, but yep, real old shed. Old shed. Figured, hoping there'd be one in here, but hoping it was in a better shape than that. So, oh, found one, but yeah, look at all the turkey scratching. Man, I'm gonna have to hunt this soon. But all right, keep going. Let's see if we can't find a fresher shed. That'd be nice. And I hope I'm seeing what I'm seeing. This could be my first ever hanger. Y'all see that? Could it be, or is it just a stick? Oh man, I can't tell. Is it a hanger? Dude, it's a shed. And it's a hanger. Ah, yes. Believe it or not, this is my first ever hanger. And it looks old. It looks old. Yep. 100% shed. And it's a hanger. Yeah. Yes, sir. It is not touching the ground. See it out. It is not touching. First ever hanger. Heck yeah. That's sweet. That is sweet. That is sweet. All right, let's pick it up. First ever hanger. Yeah. Oh no, it is this year's. Yeah, this is a freshie. You can see still hair on it, so man, that might be real fresh. Heck yeah. First ever hanger. And that spot we were just checking out just right over. Just a little ravine here, just next one over. So cool. All right. Looks like, I tell you what, that little kicker point, young deer, he could be a nice one. I like that kicker right there. All right, we're about done. I'm about down over the hill. You can see how open this hillside is. But there's still some oaks here, so saw that one from a good little ways. I walked up top earlier, so I didn't see this one here, but sweet, cool. All right, well, I ended up finding just two little ones, one chewed up, but wasn't a bad little walk here, considering what I all walked earlier.